Hello there, fellow classmates. I'd like to take this opportunity to share an idea with you on setting and achieving goals. Uh, Being from Pennsylvania, I had this long-time goal of getting hunting white-tailed deer and trying to get that all-elusive trophy buck. I've been out of the state of Pennsylvania for quite some time, and I frequently go back to go deer hunting with my family, but I had never gotten a buck, let alone a trophy white-tailed buck. So that had always been a goal of mine to do it. So I'd like to explain to you some of the steps I took to achieve this goal. One of the things you first have to do is to have a goal. What is a goal? It's something that you want to go out and achieve. Most of us, we go to the store for maybe a loaf of bread. Well, although it may not seem like it, that's a goal. You go to the store, you get a loaf of bread, and you execute that, and you end up coming home with a loaf of bread. You've achieved your goal. So my goal was to get a white-tailed deer. That was basically one of the first steps in achieving a goal is to set your goal. The second thing you do is take actions to achieve that. One of the things you can do is you can set up a calendar. Mark your calendar with specific things you want to do to achieve your goal. Like by the first week, I want to do this. By the second week, I'd like to do this. By the third week, I'd like to do that. For me, in achieving my goal, I set up trail cam pictures. Where are the deer at? Where are the deer moving? And I got some pictures of some deer, and I put those pictures up on a wall so that I could visualize my goal. And I happen to have pictures of this one particular beautiful 10-point buck that I hope I would, be able to harvest someday. And there were also some pictures of some other deer, some beautiful 8-point deers, and I put them up as well because this was going to be my goal, was to get this trophy deer. And again, the checkpoints that I kept in mind were, okay, I'm going to do this at a certain time. What would this be? Just to monitor the deer, check my trail cam pictures. Go back. Are the deer still frequenting this part, of whatnot? The third point that I want to bring up is follow through with your goal. Okay, my follow through with my goal in obtaining these deer was to actually get out into the woods and go hunting. Once one of these deer presented itself to me, I had to take a shot. And then once I took the shot, I had to go out and track this deer, which, because I placed a very good shot, the deer was not very far. It was a good, clean kill, and the deer wasn't 30 yards away. Could back that up a little bit, go back to the loaf of bread at the store. You had to follow through with your goal of getting the loaf of bread. You actually had to make a drive to the store. You had to get in your car. You had to go to the store. You had to pick out your loaf of bread. You had to go to the cash register. All those actions you took were following through with your goal. So in the conclusion, I'd like to say that, if you set a goal, you have to commit to your goal to do it. There's an old analogy. It's not my analogy. I cannot tell you who the author is, but I can't take credit for it either, is that there's 3 frogs sitting on a log in a pond. They all decide to jump off. An hour later, they're all still sitting on this log. Why? Because none of them committed to jumping off the log. Although they decided to do it, they never committed to it. So if you set a goal, commit to it. Follow through. And again, not necessarily goal-oriented, but it falls along the same lines. In order to have a dream come true, you must first have a dream. So think about that. Set goals. Achieve them. Good luck to you all.